OnlyJayus was once one of the most loved female influencers on TikTok. However, to say that she is now one of the most hated would be a massive understatement, considering serious allegations of racism, manipulation, and plagiarism that completely destroyed her reputation, and in the process, ended a career that she spent years building. My name's Ryan, and today we'll be looking at how OnlyJayus destroyed her entire career, and what she's up to now after ruining her life. OnlyJayus, also known as Bella Rose, quickly rose to fame with her insightful, fast-paced TikTok videos showcasing a rare blend of humor, fun facts, and psychology tricks that made her both smart and reliable. Her content felt fresh and entertaining, and it didn't take long for her to become one of TikTok's biggest personalities, amassing over 17 million followers, before expanding to YouTube, where she quickly passed 4 million subscribers, and later on had the opportunity to work with big brands like Netflix. But then, it all came crashing down in early 2021, when TikToker Freak the Gemini leaked her private messages, sharing screenshots of Jayus using racial slurs and offensive language that had completely changed how people saw her. The leaked messages included lines where she said nasty things like, "Go f yourself, you piece of shit. I honestly hope your parents get cancer. I hope everyone you love dies. I'm done talking to an N-word loving asshole. Have fun sucking cock." The screenshots instantly went viral, and within hours, the internet had turned on her. Comment sections were flooded with outrage, disappointment, and disbelief. And even her most loyal fans couldn't defend her after seeing how hateful those messages were. One summed it up perfectly, saying, "Not only the racist or homophobic attitude, the fact that she told someone to kill themselves is disgusting as well. And that everyone they love get cancer? Hun, that's just not okay. Address it already." At first, Jayus stayed silent, deleting comments, blocking users, and pretending nothing had happened. But that silence only made things worse, because when she finally spoke up, her apology wasn't what anyone expected. Jayus posted a short apology video appearing teary and remorseful.
"In my past, I said disgusting things to people, and I am so ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric and derogatory language to hurt others, because I knew what that word meant and I understood the power behind it, but I said it anyway because it was the meanest thing that I could think of. It hurts my soul knowing that I said those things."
But she never addressed Freak the Gemini directly, and soon several black creators began calling her out, describing the apology as weak, half-hearted, and scripted. TikToker and activist Morgan the Creator made a video about everything I hated about OnlyJayus' apology, criticizing her fake crying.
"Everything I hated about OnlyJayus' apology. Number first is the fake crying. I don't know what Miss Lil Thang thought she was doing, but she was like, like she was crying when we all know she was."
The scripted tone.
"The fact that it took her days to write her script, apology.
And the fact that she used the N-word as a personal insult. Adding salt to the injury, another creator, Siete Says, pointed out that Jayus used it to insult another white creator for loving a black person, something she described as far more malicious than just a slip-up.
Admitting to the fact that when she said she thought that was the best,
mouthing the words with an A at the end, there's calling someone the N-word, and then there's calling someone a n***ver. A slur is a slur, but to insult someone for being in a relationship with a black person by calling them a n***ver, it does not get any worse than that."
What made it worse was what came after. A fan asked her in her comment section if she was still a raging racist, to which she responded with a video saying no, then proceeded to show a book she had read titled How to Be Anti-Racist by Dr. Ibram Kendi. But instead of earning sympathy, it only fueled the backlash, with fans accusing her of treating racism like a social media challenge. After a while, she doubled down and posted another video addressing the backlash, then continued to show a whole stack of similar books she had read. Even Moist Critical reacted by saying the following:
"A book on how not to be racist. You've already failed. I think you're already too far gone."
And honestly, that's exactly how it looked. To make things right, OnlyJayus promised to work with more black creators.
Check for me. So I want to take this time to take a step back and share my platform with some amazing black creators who are going to tell their story to try and educate others on the trauma that happens when we use this kind of language.
specifically TikToker and Karen, who was widely known for calling out racism and injustice on the platform. At the time, it sounded like the perfect step towards redemption, a chance to show accountability and real change, but that never happened. And Karen even tried to reach out to her several times, but OnlyJayus never responded to her emails and messages. Frustrated, Aunt Karen made a video calling her out saying,
"Said you want to collaborate with me. We email, and suddenly you've dropped off the face of the earth. So are black people just tokens for you to use when you're ready to play?"
Went on to explain how she felt about the whole situation.
"If you were really truly sorry about what you said, you would not have lied and said you were going to do something you clearly aren't trying to do."
The statement was brutal because it perfectly reflected what many people already suspected. OnlyJayus had positioned herself as someone trying to do better, but she never really meant it. The video reignited the outrage that had just started to fade, with fans commenting things like, "It bothers me so much that she can't stick to her word and amplify black voices like she said she would. Everything is a performance for her. She's constantly trying to watch her own back and uses people in different communities to do it." And instead of addressing the situation calmly, Jayus made things even worse. She went on a defensive rant on TikTok, addressing Aunt Karen saying,
Today's episode of What Are People Mad at Me For Now? Not checking my emails in a timely manner. I wish I was joking. Forgot to respond to an email from this creator that wanted to collab with me, and instead of just like hitting me up again, they made 7 fucking videos about it!
Then went on to blame her inaction on a neurological disorder, saying she struggled with time blindness, forgetting to eat for days, and barely texted her family back.
Fuck alone! I have a diagnosed neurological disorder that makes me forget things and procrastinate due to time blindness. I forget to eat for days. I procrastinate sleep for more days. I barely.
But instead of sympathy, the response she got was brutal. Oh wow, the screaming, the denial. Child, ADHD doesn't make people forget they committed to not being racist. Not how it works. She can't reply to emails but can make tons of videos for TikTok. To most viewers, it sounded like an excuse and not accountability. And just when it seemed like Jayus couldn't sink any lower, the story took an even stranger turn. A TikToker named Alexander came forward, revealing that Jayus hadn't even written her own apology in the first place. He explained that Jayus had tried to hire a black content creator to help craft the apology and to make sure it sounded sincere enough to save her image. But according to him, she showed no genuine interest in following through on the promises she made in that video.
While still being extremely angry and frustrated, helped with a good bit of the apology, especially the part about black creatives. When we were both talking about that part in the apology, I really did think that they would hold up their end of the bargain,
This made Alexander feel used, as he later went on to reveal.
It's like a little bit used.
This discovery completely destroyed whatever was left of her credibility, and by this point, her reputation was in a freefall, but things did not stop there. A petition demanding her removal from TikTok also quickly gained traction, eventually gaining nearly 450,000 signatures, showing the sheer scale of the public outrage. For most creators, this would have been a wake-up call, but Jayus responded in the worst possible way, mocking the entire situation, writing, "So someone started a petition to get me off TikTok. I'm so scared. But for real though, this shit is funny. Good luck getting more than 13.5 million signatures, I guess." And she even went ahead to post this video.
The only way that TikTok would ever ban me, I'll ban myself.
A move that completely destroyed any chance of rebuilding her reputation. To her critics, this tweet was proof of how little she cared about the damage she had caused.
You are your own worst enemy. You are creating your own downfall. You won't apologize and mean what you say because you don't truly care, and we are holding you accountable for that.
Things got even worse for OnlyJayus when she went on to post a TikTok titled Illegal Life Advice in May 2022, which quickly went viral but for all the wrong reasons. In the clip, Jayus says the following:
If a service dog ever approaches you but they're alone, that means that their owner is in trouble and they probably can't move, so you should follow him. because you'll get a free wallet.
But the irony is that she had captured the video as a joke, but no one found it funny. Many viewers, especially those with disabilities, responded with a lot of criticism. As a disabled person, I can barely leave my house, and hearing people joke about harming disabled people when disabled people leave our house scares me. You seriously need to remove this video. If someone is in dire need of help, your first thought is I'll rob them, then you're really messed up. TikTokers with disabilities also responded,
"This is incredibly ableist, and I always am afraid what happens to me when I'm unconscious. Disgusting people like you are who make me and other disabled people feel incredibly unsafe in the world."
while others expressed their frustration.
Is this going to be enough? When is it going to be enough to say OnlyJayus is not a good creator, should not be followed? It's not funny to anybody who uses a service dog.
Instead of apologizing, JS doubled down and replied by saying, "Read the caption, dummy." She later added that her mother owns a service dog, claiming that people should stop treating disabled people like they're not worthy of being joked about. However, the damage was already done. By this point, OnlyJS had completely lost the room. She seemed to treat everything like a joke, and that attitude had real-world consequences. Netflix and Tinder, two companies that had previously used her in promotional campaigns, quietly ended their partnerships to avoid the growing PR disaster, as revealed in one of her comments where she said the following: "Everything I said with sincerity. I'm not trying to save my career. Netflix and all my sponsors fired me yesterday." From there, every attempt she made to move forward only backfired. TikTok comments under every new video were flooded with people reminding her of her past allegations, while others left comments like, "Damn, you still post? That's sad." Some of her fans tried to defend her, arguing that she is still young and learning, but most felt betrayed because she never truly owned up to her mistakes. JS had built a brand around being smart, self-aware, and morally grounded, so when it became clear that her morality was just another piece of her content strategy, that entire identity collapsed. And while she never officially quit, it was clear that her career was nearing its end. While the service dog controversy made her look tone deaf, the next one would expose her for the hypocrite she truly was, after she accused another creator for stealing her content, but ended up exposing herself for being a content thief. Back in early 2020, JS got into a messy feud with another TikToker named Acrello after claiming he was copying her videos and overall style. One of the videos she claimed he stole was her shower thoughts video. According to her, she even sent him a private message warning, "So I told you, if you keep copying content, your career will be over in 6 months. And Acrello did not take that lightly. He responded with a video explaining that most of his ideas came from Reddit, the same place JS got hers, and that he always credited his sources.
But let's go. You said I copied Connor's videos. He doesn't own shower thoughts. He never owned shower thoughts. I did a shower thoughts and said because I saw it on Reddit, I put my own spin on a shower thought video because I saw it on Reddit. I gave credit to Reddit. He never gave credit to any place that he got them from, yet you guys said I was copying him. He doesn't own shower thoughts, therefore I can do any shower thought videos I want, and just because I do them doesn't mean that I'm copying. That means everybody on the platform is copying each other if they're all doing shower thought videos. All those screenshots are me defending myself, basically telling you that I wasn't copying. I don't have enough time to talk about this in a 60-second TikTok video, but they basically told me that if I apologized to them, that the videos would come down. They never did. Here's like 29 minutes.
The feud probably should have ended there, but JS's reaction made it worse. One of her fans tweeted saying, "Everyone who has an Instagram, I want you to comment on Just Acrello, saying Isabella will always be better than you." JS liked the tweet, seeming to approve harassment against another creator, all because he criticized her.
These were all the likes for the tweet. The girl has deleted it now. As you can see, it says OnlyJayus right here. She liked the tweet, basically giving everybody the gateway to go comment that.
Things escalated even further when Acrello released a 20-minute YouTube video, breaking everything down in detail, but he later deleted it, saying JS had threatened to have it taken down for defamation.
I also removed the video on you because you told me that either I'm gonna take it down myself or YouTube is gonna take it down and I'm gonna get a strike.
From there, it turned into a messy back and forth, with both sides posting screenshots and making claims that couldn't be fully verified. But even though the truth wasn't fully clear, one thing definitely was. JS couldn't handle criticism well. She treated the whole thing like a personal attack, and for many people, that moment completely changed how they saw her. Not long after, she accused another smaller TikToker named Jonathan Moss of copying one of her videos word for word and saying the following.
I just think it's really weird when other big creators think it's okay to copy my video word for word and act like you didn't.
It was a simple facts video about what your birth month says about your personality.
Did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on who you are as a person and the things that could possibly happen to you?
Yo, did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on you and the things that can happen to you in your life?
People born in March are way more likely to have asthma, and I can actually speak to this one because my little sister, the only one born in March, has asthma.
People that are born in March are actually more likely to have asthma. And I can speak to that because my cousin, the only person born in March, has asthma.
That alone caused her to go on Twitter saying, TikTok creators should be called out when they copy other TikTok creators' videos word for word. But as Jonathan proved in his response, they'd both use the exact article from Google as inspiration.
I found the content off Google. What does your birth month say about you? And I found it and I was like, oh snap, this would be cool.
The clip went viral instantly, and with all the backlash she was getting, she had her response. He said that he found it on Google, which I mean he did, but only after watching my video. I am now getting a huge amount of hate, people saying I'm lying, I copied Google too, I'm problematic, I should be cancelled, etc. I have a hard time dealing with the negativity. I still don't know what to do. I don't think I've done anything wrong, maybe you do, but honestly I don't see it. What started as a small disagreement turned into one of the biggest cases of internet irony, because after Jayus's accusation, people started digging into her old videos, and what they found was shocking. Fans discovered that Jayus had been plagiarizing content for years.
Everybody's tired all the time, right? No matter how much sleep we get or caffeine we consume, but also we have a lot of trouble even just falling asleep, and we're constantly hungry but also kind of always nauseous. We're spending every waking moment either working or cleaning but feeling like nothing
ever actually gets accomplished.
Lifting scripts, facts, and even entire paragraphs directly from Reddit threads, blogs, and online articles without credit. One of her earliest and most popular uploads, a video titled "I Have Proof God Doesn't Exist," turned out to be almost identical to a Reddit post that had been published months earlier. She had even cited a few sources in her description, but conveniently left out the Reddit thread she had copied, a move that made it seem like she was deliberately hiding where her content really came from. Then came her YouTube video about Netflix, where she discussed the company's growth and competition. At first, it looked like a solid, well-researched video, until people compared it to several online articles and realized that large portions of her script were copied word for word from Comparitech.
Those numbers will have doubled. In fact, as of 2020, Netflix users watched an average of 3.2 hours of video per day through the service. That's 6 billion collective hours per month. If we assume that each hour of streaming services use 3 gigabytes of data, this means that we're using around 288 gigabytes per month of Netflix alone. Of course, this is assuming you're using HD video. If you prefer 4K, those numbers are far higher.
Forbes.
Netflix is facing some seriously steep competition with new powerhouses such as Disney Plus and the soon-to-be launched Apple TV. With that being said,
and even LinkedIn.
In 2013, Netflix required massive amounts of fast storage and fast networking for streaming. At the time, it had 100 to 150 terabytes per server, which has grown massively since then. Netflix CEO Reese Hastings stated in 2015 that users have streamed 42.5 billion hours of video through the service.
The phrasing, structure, and statistics were identical, even down to the punctuation. And the deeper people looked, the worse it got. Dozens of her other videos followed the same pattern, taking other people's content, then presenting it as her own work. But the story didn't stop there, because Jayus would later be caught stealing from other TikTok creators directly. Creators began posting side-by-side comparisons, showing that Jayus had copied their videos frame for frame, repeating the same jokes, advice, and punchlines almost word for word. For instance, she posted a TikTok titled "How to Fake Your Own Death" that matched another creator's early upload line for line, right down to the sentence structure.
How to fake your own death and completely disappear from society.
And today I'm going to be teaching you how to fake your own death.
You're also going to want to pay off all of your debt. all of it. It's going to ensure that no debt collectors come looking for you or calling the police to try and get their money back.
Step 1 is immediately start paying off all your debt. This ensures that no debt collectors will come looking after you and no one will report you to the police for unpaid debts.
You're also going to want to start slowly selling off all of your stuff, and the key word here is slowly, because if you do it too quickly, people kind of get sus about that sort of thing. And
next, start slowly auctioning off all your belongings. The key word is slowly.
The same happened with her what to do during a nuclear explosion video.
Alright guys, today I'm going to teach you how to survive a nuclear bomb.
This is what to do in case of a nuclear attack from Russia. Okay, boom, the bomb exploded, you have to act immediately. First of all, don't look at the flash because it's going to blind you.
Boom, the bomb went off, you have to act fast, okay? First things first, don't look at the flash, it'll blind you.
If you don't have a chance to get to a shelter, your safest bet is to lay down face down and cover your head.
If you can't find shelter, your best bet is going to be to lay down on the ground, face down, covering your head and ears.
You have to understand there's still X-rays, gamma rays, beta rays. They're gonna be actively burning you alive. It's not gonna feel good, but you have to survive.
And like I said, there's going to be X-rays, but also gamma rays and thermal rays, which are not going to feel good. They're going to be actively burning you. It doesn't matter, you have to get up, fight through the pain, and just find shelter.
And her Wikipedia trick video, which was directly copied from another TikToker's video.
Well, did you know that if you replace this word en with simple, it'll simplify the entire article for you?
If you ever have to research something that's kind of complex, just delete this en dot and type in simple dot, and Wikipedia will dumb it down for you.
Enter the name of your class, file type, and then 2 dots PPT. You will find tons of slides and PowerPoints on the subject that you're studying.
Difficult. You can always type in the subject you need to learn about, followed by file type : PPT, and a bunch of different PowerPoint presentations on the subject are gonna pop up.
By now, her reputation was hanging on by a thread, if not nothing at all. But things hit a whole new level when she copied the wrong person. A creator named Everyday Alex noticed that one of her uploads about workplace advice sounded extremely familiar. He had also made a similar video, and after comparing them side by side, he realized that she'd stolen his exact script and format.
Remember when OnlyJayus got cancelled for saying the N-word? Apparently that didn't teach them to be a better person, because look what they just did. When you get a new job, do just enough to not get fired.
Put in the bare minimum, just enough not to get fired.
When he called her out publicly, Jayus brushed it off, bluntly using the same excuse she'd used before.
OnlyJayus stole one of my TikTok videos. I have the proof on my page. I called her out, she denied it, and said this, that we both got the idea from the same Reddit post.
Alex also offered money if anyone could prove him wrong.
I am offering $10,000 to charity right now if she can send me the Reddit post.
Jayus responded, saying she had a screenshot of the post saved on her phone and even went live on Twitch to prove it.
I actually haven't even sat down and found the screenshot yet. There's gotta be well over like 30,000 screenshots in my phone right now. I should have done this before starting the stream.
After scrolling for a while through her gallery, she finally found it, and for a moment, it looked like she was winning the argument. That was until Alex analyzed the screenshot and exposed everything.
Fake fucking screenshot of a Reddit. I have to give her some credit. What she did was kind of clever.
The date had been edited.
And I took this screenshot March 20th, 2020.
The date thing is meaningless. Here's a fake post we made, and this is how easy it was for us to change the date.
And the resolution of the screenshot matched that of an iPhone 15 Pro Max.
The screenshot she showed had a display of 1290 by 2796. The only iPhone that has that display is the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which was released late 2023. As shown here, she had an iPhone 12 in 2020.
A model released years after the supposed date of the post. Alex also discovered that Jayus had secretly commented the same script on a deleted Reddit thread herself, then took a screenshot and altered the date to make it look authentic.
She actually posted it twice because there's some typos in the first one. And then she changed the date on the screenshot, which you can do easily.
Basically, she had gone out of her way to fake evidence for covering her tracks, but the proof was already undeniable. By the time Alex finished posting his breakdown, Jayus's reputation was already beyond repair. Then, a month later, new headlines started circulating, this time involving a restraining order filed by her ex-girlfriend, Brittany Lee DeJardo. Brittany accused Jayus of verbal mistreatment, using her massive following to harass her, and even showing up uninvited to her house as late as 2:45 a.m. According to the case documents, Brittany claimed that Jayus could easily turn millions of people against her, and that she felt unsafe because Jayus allegedly owned a firearm and had a history of anger issues with her past exes. She asked the court to issue a restraining order to stop Jayus from contacting her or coming anywhere near her home or workplace. Jayus quickly denied everything, telling TMZ crazy, I've been respecting her request for no contact for a couple of weeks now, including blocking her on all platforms, and I have not engaged in any behavior that would justify these allegations. She also added that she would handle the matter through legal channels, but in the end, the case did not go anywhere. Brittany didn't show up for the hearing, and the restraining order was dismissed. After years of controversies and repeated backlash, OnlyJayus' downfall finally caught up to her through a slow, painful decline that played out in real time. It all started on January 18th, 2024. Just before TikTok was rumored to be banned in the US, OnlyJayus posted what sounded like a farewell to her fans.
I know that I haven't always used this platform that you guys have given me the wisest. I've made a lot of interesting choices. I could have done a lot of things differently, and I think about it every single day, and I like to think that I've learned and grown from it.
For once, Jayus seemed reflective, and some people actually took it as a genuine moment of accountability. But for the majority, it was just another performance, with fans saying things like, "I'm sorry, but we cannot forgive you." She even joked by saying the following:
Petition to stop the TikTok ban, 400,000 signatures. The petition to ban me off of TikTok has more.
But then, the ban never happened, and Jayus didn't go anywhere either. However, even with her consistent posting, her TikTok engagement soon began to plummet. Where her videos once pulled in millions of views, they now struggle to pass a few 100,000. Her YouTube channel also tells the same story. During her peak, she was pulling millions of views, but now, most barely reach 5,000 views. Jayus also revealed that she lost everything and opened up about how much it had affected her. She admitted she lost almost every brand deal and reflected on how her actions had burned nearly every bridge.
I was one of Netflix's first podcasts, and it doesn't exist anymore because I ruined it.
She even revealed that the backlash got to her so deeply that it nearly drove her to take her own life.
I was probably just gonna invite more in, but I'm gonna try and ask for these type of comments to stop. Please don't go attack this specific person, because honestly this one's not even that bad, but like, and it's scary that I thought that, and it's scary that it's not even the last time that I've thought that. And like I said, it's not on you. My mental health is not on you guys.
It was the most self-aware she'd ever sounded, like the fall-off had finally caught up to her. Nowadays, OnlyJayus has shifted her focus to political commentary, often posting extreme or confrontational takes that many believe are just attempts to stay relevant. She even went as far as expanding to other platforms like Passes, which is an OF competitor, but her content there failed to gain much attention either. For a creator who once thrived on being relatable, this new direction has alienated what's left of her audience. Commentary creators now use her as an example of how a once promising influencer can spiral from being a fan favorite to a cautionary tale of ego, controversy, and self-destruction. Today, OnlyJayus still has millions of followers on paper, but very few still care. And while the petition to permanently ban her never succeeded, TikTok had reportedly issued multiple strikes against her account. And recently, she revealed that the platform had sent her an official warning, saying that her account might get permanently suspended anytime.
TikTok just told me that they might suspend my account with 17 million followers. This is why. This is a Charlie Kirk reaction. I promise it's not bad. You can go watch it on all the other platforms.
The creator who once dominated TikTok's algorithm now stands as a shadow of her former self, one strike away from disappearing entirely. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like these next ones as well, and don't forget to subscribe.